Hi, my name's James, and this is my 2017 Winter Edition Sahara.
That I call Old Blue.
Oh, well, yeah. So, when I first went to the dealership to look at these vehicles, I had something in mind. I kind of wanted to get something with four-door hardtop. I didn't want the wind noise. Also, it had pretty rugged tires on it already. It had advanced bumpers on it that are not common to any other Jeep besides this one. You know what, when I went, I was also looking at pickups. I was also looking at the Dodge pickup because it was a Memorial Day sale. Everything was a lot cheaper than it usually is. It was a one-off, one-day sale. That's usually the best time to go buy a brand new vehicle if you want to buy a brand new vehicle. My wife really likes the Jeep. She had a Bronco back when she was younger, and I kind of sided with her, after we looked at them and test drove. We test drove several, probably 15 different vehicles, and this is the one that we decided on. For room, she was really wanting a Willys two-door, and I talked her out of that because of the drivability of the vehicle. If you're going to go off-road a lot, I mean, like almost, say, over 30% of your time, probably something like that would be a little better than this.
And this is the Winter Edition Sahara?
This is the Winter Edition Sahara, yeah, which makes it about $8,000–9,000 more expensive than a regular top-of-the-line Sahara. The front and rear bumper were probably a $2,000 or $3,000 extra. And also the interior options, the heated mirrors, all of the effects, the rock bars. It's got rock bars down here, the rock bars in there. And since they're from Jeep, they're a little more expensive than buying the aftermarket. Listed for $44,000, and there was a couple other discounts, so I ended up paying $36,000 for it. I actually now, since it's not JK anymore, since the new models are out, they are a little more expensive now.
Your value has gone up?
My value has gone up over the time that we've been paying on our loan, yeah. So this is stock height for this vehicle. It's got 31s on it, 31 by 17, I believe. Also, the features on this are nice. I do like the narrowness of a Jeep because you can get on to some narrower trails. When I was out in Utah, that really helped significantly. You can go places where nobody else, no pickups or anything can go. The height of this is good for me for drivability. I would like to possibly go with a 2-inch lift and maybe 33s, possibly 35s. I do know a lot of people that have 35s on the same Jeep, and the issue with that is their gas mileage drops significantly and their drivability as well.
This is your daily driver.
This is my daily driver, right? So right, it is. And we have bought new tires for this. It's got 60,000 miles on it now. So we went with the same tires it came with originally. We are going to incorporate the spare into the rotation this time, which we didn't do the first time.
These are K02s?
K02s, yeah.
How do they perform off-road?
They're great on sand, mud. They're fantastic. Some of the best tires that I've used on most four-wheelers that I've been in or around. There is a, I guess it's called a, what do you call it? The angle pitch.
Downhill descent.
Downhill descent, yeah. The downhill descent works great because when you're braking, going downhill, you don't have to hit the brakes as often because it does keep you at a certain speed. I think the highest speed it'll let you descend at when you hit that is about 5 miles an hour. So you don't have to keep going between the brake and the gas pedal. It is automatic. I like the on-the-fly four-wheel drive changing. Yeah, no, it's actually still the old stick. And you can adjust your ratios,
All that's computerized.
It's all computerized, yeah. The only real mod I've done to this is the light bar. Like I said, I would like to do the 2-inch lift and tires. That is going to be an expensive mod for us. Right now we're kind of looking at a house, so that's kind of on the back burner. I plan on, if we end up keeping this Jeep, which my wife really wants to do, I told her not to get attached to a vehicle, but you know, we plan on keeping this one for a while, I think, and the more miles it gets on it, the more I want to mod it. I did put on some hood latches, and those were, I think, $140. It came with the straps, and if anybody's ever been in a Jeep before should know, the straps do extend a little bit. There's only one lock on the hood of a Jeep. There's not a double lock, so the hood kind of floats up a little bit when you're going 40 to 60 miles an hour. If you're going 70 or 80 on the interstate, it definitely floats up enough that it affects your gas mileage. So some of the things I don't like about the Jeep is the fact that it does leak water inside. When it rains, it does leak air through it, so it's a little noisy. We added the light bar to it. That made it a lot more noisy. I did figure out some remedies for that, which I can get into later if you like. Also, the power, it doesn't have a lot of on-ramp interstate power, so it's got more than the older Jeeps, but still it lacks a little bit in overall power. It doesn't get great gas mileage, but I expected that. Every vehicle I've ever owned has never gotten good gas mileage, so when you go with a 4-wheel drive, you know your gas mileage is going downhill. So some of the memories we had with this, when I first got it, we took it to Michigan, a place called Silver Lake Dunes. We took it off to the sand dunes, a place I really like. I'm going back there again this year. Probably going to spend a day there since we're getting a cabin about 250 miles north of there. So I think we're going to spend one day there when we go up, which is enough time to go around most of the dunes there. One thing I really like about the dunes is they have an air station about a quarter mile down a paved road. So when you get when you let the air out of your tires to get on the sand, because you do have to run them at about 12 psi. After you get finished, they have air stations where you have air on each side of your vehicle, and you can air your tires back up in about 10 minutes. It's great in the sand. I didn't even come close to getting stuck once. The first time I attempted the first dune, I didn't make it all the way to the top, but I didn't get a good enough run at it from the base. So the second time I got a little longer of a distance. The dune buggies, of course, anything that's light out there is what gets up those things quick. There's a lot of sand buggies and dune buggies that run out there, but there are a lot of people with Jeeps and Subarus. I did see some Subarus out there. I saw a few two-wheel drive vehicles. I did notice a couple of those get stuck though. I never really have gotten stuck. I did notice when we were in the sand a lot of times, you lose a lot of traction, but I was always, airing my tires down after being in Silver Lake Dunes. That's one of the things when you talk to anybody that's really been in the sand before, they're going to tell you, make sure you air your tires down. But I've never been stuck in this thing. My wife may have been and not told me. So this has been everything about my Jeep. Hopefully it's helped you out in the purchase if you want to buy a Jeep like this. And this has been Adventure GT. I hope you subscribe to the channel.
That guy did it on purpose.
I know.
What an asshole.
That's supposed to be going downhill when you hear that.